Alrighty guys, so in this video I'm going to be talking a little bit about the pros and cons and what I think about shortening my tunnel on my m8000. If you guys watched my last video on how to shorten your tunnel, I mentioned that once I get the sled out on the snow that I was going to talk a little bit about how it does. And I didn't get to take it out west yet, hopefully still will here soon, but a couple weeks ago I went to Michigan. They had about thigh deep snow in the woods and did some playing around for about 4 days. And yeah, definitely learned a little bit about what to do and not to do. So I'll talk a little bit about what I did and what I think. I already had a few messages from some people asking about it. So first things first, this end cap, putting this back in and then running your taillight flush like I talked about. As you can see, what happened was I was, wheeling, jumping, all the typical stuff, and bottoming out. The paddles will actually come up and catch this. You can see it dented this in and broke my taillight. Not too worried about that, being taillight's pretty cheap, but I'm thankful that I spun the whole track around and I don't have any missing lugs, so that would definitely suck to rip. I'm sure it's $1,000, $1,200 track. So I probably am going to be taking this cap out, putting the taillight back up top, and either making a bumper like the newer style with the grab handle that goes up top, or just getting like the Rogue Concepts aftermarket rear bumper. To finish out the trip, because this happened pretty much right away, I just took my shock pump out, added 30 pounds in the rear skid shock, and sled still handled fine, and I never bottomed out again. As far as cooling goes, I only rode on the trail for about 15 minutes to get to where we were playing for the day, and then, I was in deep snow all day, and then 15 minutes back to the lodge. But even in the 15 minutes on the trail, I just have these, pretty sure they're just the stock ice scratchers, and I was kind of impressed with the cats only having just the tiny cooler up front and short tunnel, no snow flap, just with the scratchers down, and it was pretty icy hard pack. My temp light never came on once. Sled never got hot or bogged or anything at all. So, I mean, I don't know if you're going to trail ride one of these things all day, it would probably get hot, but yeah, 15, 20 minutes down the trail and sled stayed cool. As far as how the sled handles, I mean, typical, just like any short tunnel cat or skidoo or whatever. Can't ride the bumper doing wheelies. I did wheelie it over backwards once. Luckily, I bailed off the side. You do feel less drag in the snow side hilling, and it's easier to, wheelie and hop overs and bow ties and all that sort of thing with the short tunnel. Did hit a tree out there. I had to get a whole new hood for it, and they don't come with graphics anymore. That's why this thing's not camo anymore. But yeah, pretty quick video, honestly. I recommend shortening the tunnel. It's pretty easy on these things. Like I said, sled stayed cool going down the trail, so don't got to worry about that as long as you do have your scratchers down. And for anybody doing it, if you are going to cut your stock bumper down, yeah, I'd recommend leaving that piece out and keeping your tail light up top, or just getting the aftermarket rear bumper, and shouldn't have to worry about bottoming that out at all, unless you don't jump your sled at all, though. Then you should be all right. But yeah, overall it did very well, and I was very impressed with it. So if you guys like this video, subscribe. I'll be making some more sled content soon. Videos about headlight deletes, different ways to do those. Got a mod sled built, gonna have that out at ERX on the track soon. Couple different vintage builds going on. And Elon over there going to be restoring soon. Probably going out to Togety here end of February, March sometime, and yeah, should be some good sled content coming up.